No handcuffs for Michael Flynn. He surrendered and walked into the federal courthouse in Washington to plead guilty to a single charge, lying to the FBI, moving the special counsel investigation into the White House, and raising new questions about top aide Jared Kushner. Flynn now admits that 4 days into his job as White House National Security Advisor, he denied having two separate contacts back in December with Russia's ambassador to the U.S., Sergei Kislyak, when in fact he did. The first, December 22nd, someone described in court documents as a very senior member of the presidential transition team directed Flynn to urge foreign governments to oppose a UN Security Council resolution against Israel. Flynn has now admitted that he contacted Kislyak and urged Russia to oppose it. Tonight, sources familiar with the matter say that very senior official was Jared Kushner, the president's son-in-law. The second contact came a week later when President Obama announced new sanctions on Russia because of its election meddling. Flynn has told prosecutors that senior transition officials asked him to contact Kislyak again and urged the Russians to go easy on their response to avoid souring relations with the incoming Trump administration. 4 days later, Russia's President Putin said he would not retaliate. That prompted Donald Trump to tweet about Putin, "Great move. I always knew he was very smart." Two people familiar with the event say it was a senior transition official at Mar-a-Lago, KT McFarland, who told Flynn to contact the Russians that second time. The president has said it wasn't him.
Did you direct Mike Flynn to discuss sanctions with the Russian ambassador
No, I didn't.
prior to your inauguration?
No, I didn't.
Former FBI Director James Comey says just 2 days before that comment, the president urged him in a private meeting to let any Flynn investigation go.
I understood him to be saying that what he wanted me to do was drop any investigation connected to Flynn's account of his conversations with the Russians.
Today's plea is an important turning point in the Russia investigation. Flynn, a former Trump insider, is now obligated to tell anything he knows about potential collusion with the Russians. The detail in the guilty plea shows he's already cooperating with Mueller's prosecutors, and there's a big incentive for him to keep talking.
He's looking at 5 years in jail if he's not completely truthful and cooperative. Second, if he fails to meet the requirements of the plea agreement, the prosecutors can pull that agreement and they can charge him with other crimes.
In a statement, Flynn says his plea is, quote, "in the best interests of my family and of our country." He says, "I recognize that the actions I acknowledged in court today were wrong, and through my faith in God, I'm working to set things right." Flynn pleaded guilty only to lying to the FBI. As for what he lied about, it is technically illegal for a private citizen, which Flynn was at the time, to negotiate on behalf of the U.S. with a foreign country. But nobody's ever been prosecuted for that, Lester.
And so, Pete, a lot of people are wrestling with the question, why would Flynn lie about these contacts then?
Well, perhaps he thought in retrospect that he shouldn't have tried to cut deals with Russia that would sabotage the punishments that President Obama was seeking for Russia's election interference, or maybe he wanted to cover up for the Trump campaign people who asked him to do it. We'll have to wait for the answer to that, Lester.
Hey, NBC News fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.